My name is Oliver Nuffer. I'm Sales and Business Development Manager of Airbus Defence and Space, and today it's a great pleasure to give you a presentation of Unmanned Aerial System Services, being the next step in the so-called UIAS capabilities. First of all, I would like to give you an overview of Airbus Defence and Space, and very brief. So we have the three columns within the Airbus group. One column is the commercial aircraft, the second one is Airbus helicopters, and then at the third one we have Airbus Defence and Space. Airbus Defence and Space consists of 4 business units. One is military aircraft, so all around the Eurofighter and other aircrafts. Then we have the space, or the colleagues from the space division, all about the satellites. We have connected intelligence, and as the fourth business unit we have unmanned aerial systems. Our purpose-driven unmanned portfolio consists of customized autonomous capabilities, then of course the unmanned aerial system themselves, and of course the service of these unmanned aerial systems. UIAS system at a glance, you can say that we have 40+ years experience. We have around 10 partners worldwide. We have approximately 25 development programs, starting from the early 70s until today. We have flown approximately 100,000 flight hours, and we have approximately a market growth rate of 20% each year. UIAS Services, what does that mean? What is it? UIAS Services is being done by a 100% subsidiary of Airbus Defence and Space, which is called Airbus DS Airborne Solutions. We are based in Bremen in Germany, and we operate globally. Our biggest customer is the German Air Force, and there we have more than 5,000 missions flown in approximately now nearly 60,000 flight hours for them. And we have a very high reliability of 98% currently for the German Air Force in Afghanistan and in Mali. The service is a modular services which can be picked by the customer, and you can see the different services here on this slide. Of course, the flight operations is the biggest one, but we can only do the consulting, we can only take care about airworthiness. The platform can be leased via our company. We can take care of the training if the company or if the customer would like to have this training services as well. We do all the logistics for them and also the maintenance. And the biggest thing, and that's why it is in the middle, is of course the airspace integration, because it's a lot more than just the UAV flying in the air. It needs to be integrated into airspace. It's not only an always segregated airspace. We have flown a mission for Frontex, and that was a trial where we flown a first time ever in civil airspace together with other traffic in the airspace. So that's a very important thing, to integrate this UAV into the airspace. All in all, we are the main contractor. We have within our contracts an agreed number of flight hours, and we do the program management and of course a 24-hour support from our head offices in Bremen in Germany. So all in all, you can say it's a tailored customer-centric solution, which is flexible, which is scalable, which is adaptable, and which is designed for our customers. On this slide you can see a typical mission of all these components the mission has. So it's maintenance, documentation, we receive the flight order, we do the technical briefing, the pre-flight inspections, engine run, testing, then we taxi, we take off. We do the mission execution, of course, with the data collection and collection of imagery. We can do the analysis as well and the distribution of this analysis to the customer. Then we return to base, we land, we taxi, we do the post-flight inspections as well as the technical debriefing. So the customer can choose whatever he would like to have and which phases. We can do everything, of course, but if the customer would only like to have a few phases, that is also possible. The customer benefits we see from this end-to-end operation are several, of course, and first of all, the different levels of services he can choose. Then we are available on short demand. We have no long lead time. There's no procurement of the equipment. The customer can just lease this equipment. There's no long-term commitment. It's just the contract we have with the customer for a year, for 2, for whatever years, or month only is also possible. And the customer does not need to spend high capital expenditure. It is just the leasing fee the customer is going to pay us. The second chapter is the platform portfolio. First of all, I would like to just see and to give you an explanation and to give you a brief overview of what a UAS consists about. It is first of all the air segment, so the UAV itself, together with the onboard payload sensors. Usually we have an electro-optical payload for day purposes, an infrared for night purposes, and also a small radar is integrated, but then you can have other payloads as well. It depends on the respective mission. Then the system in between, so between the air and between the ground, which is the mission system and the payload control, where you can fly the UAV from the ground or with the ground segment, which is called the ground control station, where normally 2 or 3 people sit and control the entire UAV, or the UAS, better, not UAV. UAV is just the vehicle, so it's a UAS. It's an entire system. The parameters, the key parameters, the UAV for the UAS is of course the altitude, in which altitude the UAV flies. Then the endurance is very important, of course the range of the UAV and the payload it can carry with it. Our product positioning starts from mini and small UAVs with only a few kilos of payload and only a few hours in the air, over tactical systems which can carry approximately 200 kilos and can stay nearly a day in the air, down up to mail systems, medium altitude, long endurance systems which can stay up in the air for more than 30 hours and can carry approximately 1.4 tons. And the Eurodrone is the latest development, which is an 11-ton aircraft and can carry up to 4,500 kilograms. So that is really a huge unmanned aerial system. The UAS applications, they differ. Our core market is of course the military market. That is not very surprisingly. We come from the military market. We have the German Air Force as our biggest customer. But then we said we can, or why not, expanding this successful military business also to institutional markets. With institutional markets we mean Frontex, so the European Border and Security Agency, EMSA, European Maritime Safety Agency. So all these institutions would also like to have unmanned aerial systems services. And last but not least, we said, okay, why not bringing these services also to pure civil companies, which can come from the oil and gas, from the mining, from agriculture, disaster management, and so on. So we can serve in every market. The military will always be the biggest one, but also institutional and pure civil markets. Our customer use cases, they also differ, of course, with the markets. The biggest one, and the ones you see here in red, is the defense one. Everything about defense measurements, of border control, of public safety, about security. Then we have the ones in gray, which is more or less civil applications. So the aero connectivity, humanitarian aid and disaster relief, as well as taking care about critical infrastructure. Then the one in green is the environmental or the environment use cases for environmental purposes, but also we are currently in developing a UAS cargo drone for military cargo, as well as the ones in blue you see here are the more maritime ones. So maritime safety, maritime security, fishery inspection, but also search and rescue. So we are supporting our customers wherever they would like to have this support, be it on land, in the air, or at sea. The benefits and the added value we see, of course, we have different capabilities for different missions. We can have beyond line of sight operations, only line of sight operations. The payload is agnostic, so you can put every payload, nearly every payload, on every UAV as the customer would like to have it. It's of course an extended range scenario always with the UAV rather than with manned assets. You are tactical, flexible, and you are scalable. And so whatever mission you would like to fly, there's always a solution which is coming from a unmanned aerial system and its services. This slide is just about two questions how a UAV can help. And it's a question, do you know that small tactical UAVs can be assembled and pre-flight checked in only 15 minutes? Some of them are launched by a catapult or only by hand, so they are very quick in the air. And with that, you can have short notice life-saving missions, for example, with search and rescue operations. On the other hand, we have the bigger UAS, and here we see a picture of the Eurodrone. And this Eurodrone can be uninterrupted for more than 30 hours in the air and can carry, as I mentioned it before, 4.5 tons. The male ones are a bit smaller than the Eurodrone, of course, can also carry from 250 kilos up to 1.2 tons. So this, with this help, we can deploy them on long endurance missions, day and night, can stay for this 24-hour, even more in the air, and can help to detect whatever the UAV would like to detect. The customer benefits, we see them, we have classified them into 4 categories: in safety, cost, environment, and also risk management. With safety, of course, you have a reduction of human exposure, you increase your operational safety, and repairs can be pinpointed proactively. And you, of course, have an improvement of asset safety. With cost, you can lower the engagement of manpower, which brings down your cost significantly. So you have vast efficiency enhancement. You can do predictive planning. And the real-time data is accessible from anywhere in the world. Regarding the risk management, there it can help you to have a comprehensive picture, to reduce your risks, to streamline the process with early detection, and of course also to increase your operational safety. Last but not least, the environment, which becomes more and more important, especially in those days. So you can do environmental impact monitoring missions. There are less emissions, less pollution, and less noise with UAVs, or with the help of UAVs. They are high reliable even in harsh conditions, be it in the Arctic or in the desert or in the jungle. So they can operate wherever they would like to operate, or to be operated in Earth, in every climate zone. You can have, and this is what becomes also more and more important, not a surprise, is digitalization. And it's of course less material to build compared to manned assets. So all these customer benefits, again, safety, cost, environment, and risk management, is very important for our customers, and they clearly ask us, okay, what benefits do we have? What can we do? Where can you help us? All in all, you can say that it is not just an unmanned area system, it is more around it. So it's about technology demonstrator, technology assets, it's the entire ground system, the platform itself, you do the flight operations, you have to integrate your payload. So it's an entire ecosystem and not just the UAV which is in the air. So UIAS is more than just an unmanned platform. It is about an end-to-end solution, and our ecosystem has been proven and mission tested in several missions again and again, day and night, each day, wherever on this planet. This comprises my entire presentation. I would like to thank you for your attention, and whenever you have questions, you can email me, you can phone me, and I think the organizers are quite happy to also give you my contact details. Thanks again for your attention, and bye-bye.